Good morning, Manuelites. Our passage for today will be coming from Jeremiah chapter 48, verse 9 to 10. And it says, "Put salt on Moab, for she will be laid waste. Her towns will become desolate, with no one to live in them. A curse on anyone who is lax in doing the Lord's work. A curse on anyone who keeps their sword from bloodshed." These two verses provide a warning to the people of Moab, and also for us today. The judgment of God is not to be taken lightly, and we must be aware of the consequences of our actions. The command to put salt on Moab signifies destruction and desolation. The prophecy of the empty towns highlights the severity of God's judgment against them. This is a reminder that the consequences of sin and rebellion against God are severe, and we must take heed and turn away from our wicked ways. The second part of the passage serves as a warning to anyone who may be tempted to be lax in doing the Lord's work, or to withhold their sword from the bloodshed. This is a reminder that there are consequences for disobedience and for not taking action when it is necessary. As Christians, we are called to be faithful servants of God and to carry out His will in the world. We should not be lax in doing His work or be afraid to take action when it is required of us. We are called to be salt and light in the world, bringing the message of hope and salvation to those around us. Furthermore, the phrase, "keeping our sword from bloodshed," is a call to action for us to defend the cause of justice and righteousness, to fight against evil and oppression, and to be bold in sharing the gospel with others. It is easy to become complacent and to think that our actions do not have consequences. But these verses reminds us that there are consequences to our actions, and that we must be diligent in seeking to follow God's will for our lives. We must also remember that even in the midst of judgment, God's ultimate desire is always for restoration and redemption. In verse 47 and 48, God promises to restore the fortunes of Moab in the latter days. This is a reminder that even in the midst of judgment, God's ultimate desire is always for restoration and redemption. As we reflect on these verses, may we seek to turn away from our sin and rebellion and to follow God's will for our lives. May we be diligent in doing the Lord's work and be bold in sharing the message of hope and salvation with those around us. And may we always remember that even in the midst of judgment, God's ultimate desire for us is restoration and redemption. God bless us all.